Hey friends, Shay here. So we are back in my office, and today we are talking about my bookish stats for the year of 2023. So this is going to, and I'm going to kind of talk about my reading in general in the year of 2023 in this video as well. So sit back, grab a cup of tea, coffee, soda, whatever makes you happy, grab some water, and let's chat about 2023. So I'm gonna split up my book stats and my manga stats because I know not everybody's interested in both. They will be timestamped down below. So if you're only interested in one, you can check that out. I will have graphs for things, and I'm gonna try to kind of put general, like the numbers up in this corner as well. So you will see lots of things here as we chat. So first up, let's talk about the book stats for the year of 2023. And then in between the two sets, we'll kind of talk about the year as a whole. In the year of 2023, I read 219 novels. Again, this doesn't include any of my manga. That's all in my separate statistics for manga. When it comes to what I reread in the year of 2023, I reread 10 novels. Most of those were comfort because I was stressed, and it was really fun to reread them. I have a reread project planned for 2023. If you've not checked out for 2024, if you've not checked out my 2024 goals, I will leave that linked in the corner for you. Let's talk about the formats in which I read these. So here's a lovely graph for you to represent that. 70 of the 219 were physical books that I owned. 68 were ebooks. That includes Kindle Unlimited, things like that. And then audiobooks was my most read format in the year of 2024, which surprised me, honestly. And that was 81 books. Anyways, I feel really good about this. I feel like this really represented my year. I was dealing with a lot of stress, so I needed things to do with my hands, but I wanted to listen. I wanted to keep reading. So I did rely on audiobooks while I was doing other things like journaling, working on some diamond painting, which I've picked up recently. And I think that's a really good representative of how I was reading in the year of 2024. So my average star rating for the entire year is 4.09. And I think that's a really good indicator that the things I was picking up are things that I genuinely enjoyed for the most part. There were some duds and some bonkers ones in there as well, but it ended up being a really good reading year overall. When it comes to Kindle Unlimited, the number of Kindle Unlimited books that I read this year was 35. So roughly about 3 a month. And I think that's really good. I pay for the subscription, obviously, so I want to make sure that my money is getting put to good use. And I'm going to continue to read more from Kindle Unlimited in 2024 as well. So I'm going to be buying less, checking out from Kindle Unlimited more whenever I can. Here is a breakdown of the genre of book that I read. I am going to go through these numbers. My most read genre for the year of 2023, surprisingly, was contemporary romance. I did not think I read that much contemporary romance until I was putting these numbers together, and I'm like, wow, I really read a lot. But when I think about it, there are several series that I read that were contemporary romance. A lot of my rereads were contemporary romances. So when I thought back on it after I did the numbers, it did track. That is accurate. After that, my next top one would be paranormal romance, which again doesn't surprise me. I read a lot of alien romances, which I put here with paranormal. I also love to read vampires and all sorts of other creatures. Give me a monster romance. I'm gonna love it. Like that tracks for me. The next one after that was historical fiction, which was 25. I did, with that Goodreads project, ×2, plus other things that I just opted to read, that tracks for me. Historical fiction is something that I do enjoy, but I try to read historical fiction that is not just white or just World War II. So if you have recommendations in that realm, I would love to hear them down below because I'm always interested. And then after that, it's going to be fantasy romance. Again, that tracks for me. I love fantasy. I love romance. Of course, I'm going to be reading lots of fantasy romance. And then light novels and Danmei, I put in one category together, and that was 19 for the year, which felt good. I might have even missed 1 or 2 in there, but that's what I have tracked, and it was really, really good. Fantasy, I read 18. Cozy fantasies, I read 9, because I did separate those out. And then, let's see, cowboy romances. I read 9 of those. I do plan on reading more of those in 2024. And some of those might have ended up in that contemporary category without me catching it. So that is also a thing. So that number could be higher. And then I also read a few literary fiction, a couple of sci-fi, a couple of nonfiction, a couple of historical romances. You might see more of that in 2024. We'll see. I do have an other category because there were just like some one-offs, like I read some middle grade, some things like that, and that kind of ended up in that other category. So when it comes to stats for books, that is all of them. When it comes to my overall reading for the year, I would say 2023 was a good reading year. Even though at times I feel like I felt guilty for not reading and enjoying some of my other hobbies. Overall, I think I'm finding a healthier balance with that. I'm feeling less guilty when I'm not reading. I only read when I want to read. And I'm starting to get to the point where I'm only reading what I want to read. I'm not necessarily giving into the hype of every book, and I'm not reading every book that's trending. And that's okay by me. I want to read things I think I'm going to genuinely enjoy. And I think 2023, I did that pretty well. I also wasn't afraid to DNF books. I did not track DNFs in 2023. I will be tracking them in 2024, though. With that said, let's go ahead and move into the manga stats, because manga reading, stellar year. Really happy. So when it comes to the total number of volumes I've read of manga, I'm shocked at this number, but at the same time, I'm not surprised because I know I read 100 volumes in the month of August alone. Because the Amazing Readathon happened and I hyperfixated with my little neurospicy self. And so I read 540 volumes in the year of 2023, which is a lot. It's insane. You do not have to read as much as me to be a valid reader. You read 1 or 2 in a year, you're still a valid reader. So don't let anybody tell you different. I did go ahead and break down my demographics for you. So there's kind of a graph to represent that. So I read 169 shonen volumes, 67 seinen volumes, 198 shoujo volumes, which was my most read demographic in the year, which again, doesn't surprise me. I read a lot of shoujo. Y'all know that. I am the shoujo trash can. If you think shoujo's trash, you throw it at me. It's mine. I will consume it. I will love it. When it comes to josei titles, 60 of them were josei. I'm hoping that number goes up in 2024. I read 28 yaoi, 11 yuri, and I do have a category for 7 other because I seemed to miss writing down their demographic somehow, or they just had a tag like slice of life and they weren't in a core demographic. So that's where those went to live. When it comes to my average star rating for my manga reading in the year of 2023, it was 4.4 stars. Again, I've gotten very particular with manga. If I read the back and I don't think I'm going to like it, I don't buy it. I don't pick it up. And I've also been doing this thing where I'm sitting at the bookstore and reading more volume ones and just like reading even the first chapter. And if I know it's not for me, I'm not even bothering to continue. With that said, I am really happy with the year of 2023 and my reading there. And yes, so thank you so much for checking out this video. If you are here just because you love me, leave me a yellow heart emoji, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.